Welcome to the Salt Circle Podcast. My name is Hank. With me, it's Ben Minus One.
That sounds like a podcast name. Yo, did you watch a movie recently?
I did happen to go to the theater and attend a movie screening today.
That's wild. I did the same thing yesterday.
Wow.
It was Godzilla Minus One, if you can believe it.
Weird.
Fun
I think
fact.
the title of this episode would be a tip-off, but...
No, they don't know.
Never know.
People don't look at the title. They go in blind to preserve the mystery. Then the episode could be about anything.
It could be about Godzilla.
It could even be a Godzilla episode. So I was supposed to go with my cousin, and technically speaking, I did, but because I'm in America and I don't actually have a SIM card or anything that works in America, so as soon as I'm away from Wi-Fi, I'm unreachable. People could be dying, and I won't know until I get somewhere that has Wi-Fi. And the theater did not have Wi-Fi, so
Oh, no.
we had planned to meet. We're going to this. I show up a minute before. I go take a piss, and then I roll into the theater, and I get there as commercials are starting. And there's only 4 people sitting in the theater, and it's two groups of 2. So I'm okay, this isn't him, whatever, he's not here yet or something. And the commercials are going, and I'm turning back my head just in case to see if he's popping in. And nothing, the movie's started. I'm okay, he probably messaged me and said something came up or whatever, and I just didn't get it. So I watched the movie. I go home, and sure enough, he had called. He's hey, are you here? I'm no shit. I explained the situation. I'm something. He's yeah, I got there just as the movie was starting. I'm wait. Did you see the film? He's yeah, I showed up. I'm I'm here. I might as well watch it. I'm no shit. I also saw it. So we were sitting there, just not together.
That's bizarre.
I mean, whatever. Shit happens. Funny as hell.
Shit happens. True.
Neither of us cared. It's just funny. He did miss his Christmas present, though. I had it for him. Anyway.
Lost out.
Yeah, he fucked up. I guess
still sounds better than my theater experience.
Oh,
where,
really?
Somewhere late in Act 3, I hear someone blowing their nose behind me. Don't like that.
Shit.
Don't appreciate that.
Shit. Yeah, dude, the theater was quiet. Why were there many people for you?
It was about
Normal.
Yeah, under half.
Okay.
But there were people everywhere, but not all stacked up on each other.
Sure.
And it was a small theater.
Yeah. I mean, that's
It was I actually sat next to the seat I was supposed to be sitting in because the seats were so far up against the wall that the speakers on the wall were blocking the screen.
Hell yeah. Oh, man, that's
so
great.
I moved over one.
Yeah. No, dude, I love small town fucking middle of nowhere theater. Just sit wherever you want. There's nobody there. People were being decent. They were they weren't talking or anything.
I used to go to movie theaters in New York City that were like that all the time.
Yeah.
People attend the popular movies at the popular showtimes, and otherwise those theaters are empty.
Sure.
A lot of the time, in a lot of cases.
Yeah. Do you have any? I mean, this is a spoiler cast, but do you have any spoiler-free thoughts?
Spoiler-free thoughts. It's good. Go see it.
Yeah, man. I'll get slightly more specific. They made me care about the human stuff.
I wouldn't go that far, but I do think I have some pointed critiques.
Sure.
People who are saying this is the best Godzilla movie, don't agree.
That's strong recency bias.
Yes.
Walking out of the theater, there's never been a better Godzilla film.
Yeah.
That's a bit far. I'll say I really enjoyed Godzilla vs Kong. Like, I really, really like that movie, and this movie was much better than that. Like, this movie made that one look bad to me.
So slight spoiler.
Yeah,
Which I think is a big difference. This film plays Godzilla music,
it
which
does.
that movie didn't.
Yeah.
Like the version of that Godzilla vs Kong, like the climactic fight from that movie, the version of it that's good is the version you can watch like on YouTube or whatever, where someone's replaced all this music with the fucking old school music and the sound effects. That version's fucking fire.
Dude, the one, where it's like the old Mechagodzilla and like effects.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so fucking good, dude.
Yeah, that shit rules.
It's
But
incredible.
a fan had to go and fix it. So.
Yeah. Oh man, I got it.
And all the human stuff in that movie is miserable.
Dude, the human stuff there is like god awful. Like I can ignore it, but like I shouldn't have to ignore it, you know?
No.
Yeah.
And I'm watching fucking Monarch right now. Let me tell you. Human stuff, not ideal.
Yeah. I mean, anyway, let's fucking get into it. Spoiler-free discussion over. You've been warned.
It's over. It's it. You've been warned.
All right, pop off.
I mean, Godzilla's good, though.
Dude, the fucking beam was so good.
Oh, his power up when his spikes, like, they go up in sequence.
They lock into
That
place.
shit, I knew that shit was happening because that's in one of the trailers.
Yes. Yeah.
But that shit is so fucking hype. Honestly, so my big complaint with the human stuff is the Godzilla stuff is so fucking hype, and the human stuff is such a bummer. And it's like,
yeah,
because it's so good, like it actually almost works against it because it's so good. It can't just like glaze over it. Like it's pretty good. It's of a higher quality of drama.
Yes.
And thus I have like more pointed critiques of it. And it was like in an emotional register that is not what I want. Like it was too. Okay, well, let me get to my big complaint is when they. So when they kill Noriko, that's hack shit. To like give our main protagonist like his motivation, and then when they bring her back at the very end where she's actually alive, that's coward shit. I'm docking points coming and going on that one.
Yeah, I mean, so if you were setting up out of curiosity, if you were setting up that same protagonist to like lose everything and then fucking lose everything again, what would the second thing be? Like, what would you?
I just don't think I would have him lose everything again.
No, you have to take it all away.
I mean, I would have their house be destroyed or something, like their physical things. I just wouldn't kill her. It's too much.
Yeah, it was unnecessary.
This is a Godzilla movie. Like,
dude,
there's a reason they bring her back at the end. Like, you can't leave the theater with her fucking dying like that. It's too sad.
I mean,
this movie that's gonna end with a fucking Godzilla's still beating hard coming back to life.
I agree with you. I think. I mean, I don't care about like her. Not necessarily the specifics, but like overall, I'm like, this is like pretty well done drama and stuff, and it was really hitting for me. Like it was, you know, I really enjoyed it. I was like, wow, I'm interested in what these humans are doing. But then I'm like tearing up, and then I'm like, Godzilla is so like, this is so fucking cool, but I'm so sad right now.
Sure,
that laser was incredible.
Whereas I am kind of like, what if this movie were Godzilla time, though? And there's just a little bit less human drama.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if it weren't 2 hours? What if it were 90 minutes? And he didn't lose everything a second time. It was just, now it's time to stop Godzilla time. You didn't have to, like, motivate people by fridging that woman or whatever.
Yeah. No, because you definitely could have gotten like the same thing, right? Because like it's not like he was fine before she died. Like he was
No,
still
he
having
was
the
not
fucking
okay.
nightmares.
I actually, that's what I just think it's too much for that. They put that character through. It didn't
Yeah.
need to. Like you have to give him the fucking respite at the end of her being actually alive because they put him through too much.
They realized the last second,
like,
we went too hard. One more scene, but we're not doing the other shit again.
Yeah. It's just like how you can't actually kill Godzilla.
Dude, I
He
was
has to
like,
be fine too.
yeah. Like, they don't get the fucking win.
Well, so there's also that's just straight up. Also, like that stuff's just straight up taken from GMK. Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, giant monsters all at attack. That movie also ends with Godzilla's still beating heart coming like right before credits.
Yeah.
And the thing of him being like a dinosaur before the nuclear blast like mutates him fully is also from that movie.
Okay. I mean, I remember that happening. I couldn't tell you which one it was from, but yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that concept. I like the thing of him being a little guy.
That's all good. Yeah. It was funny to me. The way they made little Godzilla look just looked like fucking the Godzilla from Godzilla 98.
It was pretty, now that you mentioned, pretty fucking similar.
It was like way more close to that. That was funny to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Godzilla shows up in the city and the Godzilla music hits and I'm like,
oh,
this
yeah.
movie rules.
Yeah, dude.
We're doing everything correct. Everything is fine. Nothing else matters. This shit is awesome.
So that music hitting was obviously great, but the one that took it for me, like the music cue for me, was when they're doing their dumb fuck plan and we get that music. I'm like,
yeah,
we're gonna sink him. Oh, what if that doesn't work? Then we're gonna float his ass. Cue the music. Like, it was incredible. And then we got floaty Godzilla.
We're gonna give him the bends. That'll work.
The fucking gods, like, I agree. I was texting my cousin afterwards, and I agree. He was like, I really wanted him to float all the way to the surface with, like, the little floaty ring around him. Would have been so good.
Funny. It would have. True, but they needed the Dunkirk moment of all the tugboats coming up to save the day.
Yeah, that was like, yeah, that was fine. There were tugboats.
It's just literally like the part of Dunkirk, and like technically, I guess, a historical thing that happened in that.
But. You mean it was the final scene in Rise of Skywalker? Straight rip, okay?
Yes, hack shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that
the
was
cheesiest fucking.
That did fucking nothing for me at all.
Yeah.
I was a little confused by the fucking. So we got the obvious setup for the ejection seat, right? Mm-hmm. He's like, this is the safety that you have to pull. And I'm like, okay, that's clearly going to be an ejection seat.
Yeah.
The fact
he can't kill himself. Like the whole fucking movie is about living.
Here's the
like,
thing, though.
It's so funny.
I don't understand why they didn't make that lever the ejection seat. They literally made it the bomb safety, and then just had a different lever that we were showing retroactively.
There was
why?
I don't have an explanation for you, dude. They're like, they cut back to that scene. It's like, and here's the ejection seat. Oh, he didn't fucking trick him into ejecting. He told him how to live.
Dude, I think him ejecting and being surprised by it would have been so much better. Maybe. I mean, maybe that's just because I didn't
thematic because the movie is so like heavily on its theming. I feel like thematically he has to choose to live.
I guess.
Like, I don't really care about that either. I'm just saying, like,
But
with the
hear me
like
out.
level of screenwriting rules this movie is operating on, he has to
can-
do it.
I can get you to agree with me instantaneously.
Sure.
If they do the bomb safety thing, being the
It would be
ejector
funnier.
seat-
It would be better.
No. If they do that, you can then cut out the other scene and get closer to Godzilla time. Think about it.
So that's my other thing is just like, specifically if you compare it to like Shin Godzilla, the human stuff in Shin Godzilla isn't like emotionally affecting, but it's fucking funny.
See,
Like,
I was
There's
trying
no,
to,
I don't think there's enough comedy in this movie for me.
yeah, like in that there's hardly.
But again, it's like it's a bummer. Like the
Yeah, no, this
story
movie,
they're telling
it's
is
a-
like
it's
about like war trauma.
and I'm fine with it. I like that.
No, I'm
Idea.
I'm totally fine with it. I wish, like, I would be much happier like getting this kind of Godzilla movie if we got Godzilla, like Toho made Godzilla movies more often.
Sure.
I also
Yeah,
think.
that's sure. I was trying to think of like how I feel about this versus Shin Godzilla. And I need to watch Shin Godzilla again. It's been like too long.
Sure.
And also the fact that was coming off of like the other 50 Godzilla
You know what this movie
movies.
Oh yeah, I mean I don't expect you to like be able to tell any of those movies apart from each other, honestly. Other than like that one had the plant.
Yeah, Shin Godzilla and like 1954 and final, like it's all the same shit. It all just kind of like was Blob Godzilla in like 1963. I don't know, maybe.
You know what this movie also didn't have? It didn't have Jet Jaguar and Godzilla shaking hands.
It didn't.
Which is a thing that happened in a Godzilla short this year.
Yeah, dude.
So, is it even the best Godzilla product of the year?
God, those shorts are so fucking good. Like, they're ridiculously good.
Yeah, dude. Like, that's what I want. It's like getting one of those every year is pure fucking gold to me. That's just because it's like it's like really like a whole new old Godzilla movie, but no human parts.
Yeah,
because it's just a fight, which is and it's like the amount of fight you would probably get in a movie, like a 90-minute movie,
just condense.
So it's all fine.
Yeah.
But no, like the Godzilla action in this was so fucking sick.
Dude.
Like Godzilla looked so fucking cool.
He looks so cool. The even his first like when they're on the little boat and then the destroyer rolls up and Godzilla attacks it. That whole shit, and especially the music that's going on, like it does so because like this Godzilla isn't like. I mean, as a real fan, I've seen the anime films, and in those, he's like
really
literally like he's an unstoppable god. Like you can't get rid of him; you just have to exist around him, and that sort of shit. And this does so well at like, this isn't that Godzilla. Like this Godzilla looks like he could be semi-defeated at least temporarily, but
he's scaled to like the city he's attacking.
But they do such a good job of making him feel like just an actual force of nature. That's like, imagine being on a little fucking wooden boat watching him destroy this destroyer and like God
even
damn.
when he's just a fucking dinosaur.
Oh yeah.
Like the idea of that guy going into that plane and shooting that machine gun at that thing, I'm like, that's not a good idea. Don't do that.
Yeah, no,
you're right to not fucking fire that gun, dude. I don't feel like you fucked up at all.
Yeah, no, that's the thing, right? The dude who fucked up was in fact the person who fired their gun.
Yes,
it was going fine.
Don't shoot at Godzilla. That's only gonna make him get his attention towards you.
Yep.
Fucking leave him alone. Hide.
See, like,
you must comport yourself to a storm.
I just realized you shoot at Godzilla, he gets angry, and then shit gets ruined. They fucking nuked Godzilla, and then he like got superpowered. Like he's just a Saiyan. It's Saiyan Godzilla. He went Super
Or the
Saiyan
Hulk.
Blue. It's like Saiyan and the Hulk.
Sure.
Unless Hulk turns blue at some point. I assume he does. It's one of the primary colors.
He changes. I don't think there's a blue Hulk.
They haven't done Blulk. They fucked up. So, where would you like offhand? Do you have like a placement for this? Like, roughly where you would put it in like enjoyment level versus other Godzilla films?
I mean, probably like right below my faves.
Okay, and that's kind of what I was thinking. I mean, I would, and the reason I ask is because also like you remember them more distinctly. Like for me, I'm like I recognize it as recency bias. I'm like, this is like fucking top 5 or top 4 or whatever maybe, but it might not be. I would need to watch them all again. Which
It's probably top 10. It's probably top 10.
I think certainly it's top 10.
I don't think it's top 5 for me, but that's me.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And there are a lot of these fucking movies.
Dude, there's so many, whatever, depending on what you like, there's so many different ways.
Like, this is what, like 37 or something?
There's more than 37, isn't there?
Of, like, the Toho ones, I think.
How many Godzilla films are there?
37.
37. Wikipedia says 38. Oh, 33 by Japanese films produced and distributed by Toho and 5 American films.
Okay, 38.
Get fucked.
37 is the old number, and that was what Google was saying.
Well, take your L.
Yeah, that was right.
As of like super recently.
Yeah. And that's not counting all the, TV shows.
All the other shit. Yeah.
Yeah, the specials. That commercial where he plays basketball against Charles Barkley. One of the greatest pieces of Godzilla media that exists.
Yeah, dude.
Wearing the Kareem goggles.
See, I mean, this really just made me like... It increased my dislike is too strong of a word. It increased how hard I'm squinting at the American films.
I mean, I'm already, yeah. I guess I'm much deeper skepticism on those movies already. So mostly because I actually hate King of the Monsters.
I don't.
The 2019 one.
Is that the one? Is that the one where he's like, we have to kill Godzilla? Or
Zilla,
whatever.
yes,
Yeah,
that is that one.
That's the peak. That's the only thing I remember for that fucking movie.
That is the one where Godzilla rises from the dead and all his children bow to him because he is our Lord and Savior.
I mean, that you make it sound good. Like you're not selling me on it.
Yeah, I really hate the framing of the human characters. There's like immense comedy in the fact that movie is Godzilla as fucking Jesus Christ, and all the monsters fucking bow to him at the end of it.
That scene completely left my brain.
It's just like the human dude that we make our focus. I just fucking hate.
Sure.
And I hate that we're like following him. Instead of Millie Bobby Brown, who like the trailer was all about, but the movie isn't even fucking about her.
I mean, that's like the reason why I kind of really dislike 2014 Godzilla is because they fucking baited us with Bryan Cranston, who did great in the little bit that he was there, and then immediately died.
It's true. You're not wrong.
But I mean, I think Godzilla vs. Kong.
I also think I just think the King of the Monsters, the monster action looked bad. Like they shot too much of it's angled from up high, so it doesn't. The shit doesn't look big in a way. Like at least 2014 got that right when it had to.
Oh yeah, he looks
at the
huge.
End.
He looks
King of the Monsters just fucks that up, and then Godzilla vs. Kong is better about it. Godzilla vs Kong. That movie's. I hate the humans so much, but it's fun.
Yeah. I mean, I just like I think the amount of monster action was just very solid. Like he was popping off a lot.
Yeah. And I think Skull Island is better than those Godzilla movies too.
Yeah,
Weirdly.
I would agree.
Even though I love Godzilla way more than I care about King Kong, but Skull Island was like understood what it was.
Yeah.
Like it was just stupid in like the right way.
Hell yeah.
Had Samuel L. Jackson in it, the things you need for a monster movie. It was comedic. It was funny. It wasn't about fucking podcasters.
Dude, I really like some of the not like the I mean, it's not that it was necessarily presented as silly, but like in Minus One when they're like, "Oh, we're gonna get in the plane and like bait Godzilla into the water." Like Godzilla is set on fucking annihilating Tokyo, and then a single plane. He's like, "What the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Fuck you!" And then he's just chasing this plane. I'm like, yeah,
he's like swimming after it.
Godzilla's the fucking kind of petty bitch. I just remember him tripping on that wall and punching the building. I'm like, yeah, he would absolutely not stand for this.
No. I do like the way he like runs into buildings in this.
Oh yeah, dude.
He's like he just like shakes himself off on them. Like he needs a fucking belly rub so bad.
I like how they did the swimming. Like when he's following the boat, you just see his eyes and shit. That was good.
Yeah. It is funny to me that like his head is like has like because like in a lot of ways this Godzilla does look more like the new American movies in terms of his like stature.
Sure.
And like he doesn't look as much like Shin Godzilla. They really kept it close to the vest in terms of like making him look like a person standing there in a suit.
Yeah.
This he's a CG creature who's more able to move around and is thick.
Dude,
but he has more of a Godzilla like cute cat face too.
Yeah. No, I love
he
it.
has those nice round cheeks.
Yeah.
Which I think is important. Make him a little cutie.
See, it's great because he has that look, but then like after he fires his beam and his face is like fucking burnt. Like you get the best of both worlds.
It's true. I do love his regeneration in this.
Dude, I really fucking liked his beam. Like the first firing, like the sound design it's exactly what I fucking wanted. You do the beam and you get the little explosion and then it fucking goes silent and then it's a nuke. And it's like fucking devastating. That shit was
tremendous.
So good. I was like, this is it.
I still don't think it's as good. It's like what I imagine and what I want. Shin Godzilla should be something I didn't even fucking know I wanted on that front, I will say.
With him like sweeping with it.
Well, like the flame into the concentrated beam.
Yeah, like honing in. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I think.
And like his jaw like unhinging.
Oh, yeah.
It's so fucking creepy. So like that just fucking wowed me in a way this doesn't. But this is like the little kid like, yeah, and it fucking explodes. Hell yeah.
For me, I think that the Shin Godzilla like scene and sequence and stuff like infinite it's just much better.
I mean, I think that's like the best scene in any Godzilla movie,
like that shit is like absolute peak. In terms of the actual results of the beam, I think I like this a little more.
Sure.
Just because like you get like the cloud afterwards and like just in terms of like raw power, like shit fucked.
Yeah.
The only thing I thought was gonna happen and didn't was when he gets stuffed with the plane. I thought there was gonna be like a mega explosion, and there was not. That was kind of disappointing.
No, again, it's closer to what happens to him in GMK. where he just kind of implodes
Yeah.
with like the beams of light coming out of him.
See, that's why I thought we were setting up for an explosion.
Yeah. He just sort of crumbles.
Yeah, he just kind of tears apart or whatever.
But you know, the still beating heart beating right before you cut the credits. That's it was great in GFK. It's great. It's fucking great here. That's a hit every time.
Yeah, dude. No, it's just you can't defeat Godzilla. Like, it's just not done.
Well, I mean, he did die in versus Destroya, but that's because he had his son Godzilla Jr. to take on the
like
Godzilla
when there's a replacement, like whatever.
Yeah.
I
mean, technically, in the first movie, it does end with them destroying him, but it's
but they learned their lesson.
The oxygen destroyer is now like an even scarier threat or whatever because the hard sci-fi angle.
Yeah. I'm seeing a thing on the wiki that I did not notice. Maybe you did. It says that they're reunited with Noriko, who survived the destruction, but has a black mark creeping up her neck. I don't know if that's just phrasing. I didn't notice that. Was there like a weird like implication there? Did you notice that?
No.
Okay. Weird. It also says
she was in fucking bandages.
Yeah, like I noticed that shit, but weird. It says a chunk of Godzilla's scale sinks into the ocean and begins to glow and morph. That's not what I saw. I don't know.
Godzilla's scale, whatever.
I did look like a scale to me.
No, it was doing stuff. But
yeah.
Maybe that's just remembering that scene of his heart beating and.
I mean, like I also took it as like his heart or whatever.
Yeah.
Something in that vein, like his core, not a scale. We saw fucking scales of him earlier, like because there was like parts of him after he detonated his beam.
Because it's like, you know, getting fleshy and pulsing.
Yeah.
Makes you think of a heart.
Yeah. Dude, I really like what they did with like the pressurization and then depressurization, like the white shit coming up, because it's all like he's fine, but it's still like fucking with his body a little.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's cool.
No, very good movie, I thought.
He blows up that ship, and they're like, we gotta get fucking out of here. It's like, no, it's gonna take him charge. We have to fucking do this. We have to do it quick.
Yeah.
I do think they cheat when he's at the end, when he's about to power up, because he's like really powered up, and then they cut away to the plane.
It's super far away.
Like, it was not satisfying. Like, you let him power up too much before you cut away.
They let him power up too much, and they needed to like stuff him faster. Cause there was such there was such a
then
time
there was
lag.
too much of a wind up on the plane coming in.
Yeah, dude,
like,
he was
really
so far away.
Yeah, like it needed to be like, if you were gonna power up Godzilla like that, he needed to then fly the plane in immediately.
Yeah,
before you even kind of know what's happening.
They should have. I think the play should have been to do a faster pan of the spikes, and then like right before you get to the mouth or whatever, then you cut to the plane and then pow,
and then back to him. Yeah. I think that would have worked better. Oh well.
You know, they should hire us. I like the ships fucking brushing together too, is what I was gonna say before.
Oh,
like
yeah,
fucking
sure.
Full speed ahead. He's like damage or accept. What did he say? Like damage acceptable or something, or expected or whatever. Like that was fucking cool. Like we gotta fucking do this. Don't worry about the ship.
We don't. There are not enough movies with boats that show how fucking hard it is to make boats go exactly where you want them to.
It's not that hard to get them to go where you want. You just steer. Now, getting them to
Only if you have only if you have twins, like two things. If you're two propellers at the bottom, then it's easier because one can go forward and one back. Then you can pivot. But ships like that, nah.
I think, you know what? I'll hit you with something. It's easier to get him to go where you want if you're just going faster. When you're going fast and you're like turning and stuff, I think that wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, like if you're doing that same maneuver and not going quite as fast, you're a little fucked.
Yeah, going forward is easy. Doing anything other than going forward with speed, difficult. Water is not with you.
Nah,
your mode of propulsion is not with you either.
Yeah. As someone who has landed a boat many times, yeah. Fucking throw it in reverse. Try it again. Motherfucker.
Have you ever docked a boat where you could only turn right? I've done that.
I've not done that. I've docked a boat where
after we docked, my dad touched the propeller and it fell off.
Worst I've done was try to dock a boat where the wind was like 20 miles an hour blowing me away from the dock.
Sure.
That was a fun one.
Yeah, the wind.
Someone give me a rope. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know that I got much more. Film was fucking A+ for me. I mean, I'm a little extra hyped on it because I haven't seen a film in theaters since Godzilla vs. Kong, and that it's very fun.
Sure. The last movie I saw in theaters I didn't like. So
which one did you go to?
I went. I don't even remember what it's called. The fucking donkey movie.
The donkey movie. Huh. I got nothing there.
EO.
I don't even know what the fuck that is at all.
I went to see it with my parents last year.
Gotcha. Okay, you probably told me about it then.
So it's been about a year.
Yeah.
And then we watched the there's an older donkey movie. That's black and white. When is that one from? Ahasard Balthazar from 1966.
Was it better or worse than a new donkey movie?
It was better, but it was also fucked up. Just like this women getting raped. Just like
great.
It's like I just wanted to watch a movie where the camera was using a donkey as its perspective. I didn't need all this fucking rape. God.
Fucking hell. I wanted to go also see The Boy and the Heron, but I'm in bumblefuck territory, so I do not get Boy and the Heron at my theater. I do get a I can't even remember the name of it. It's a religious movie, like a hyper religious movie, like D tier production, but it's Christmas themed. And I'm like, I cannot be asked. I mean, if a group of friends asked me and they promised like booze and we were the only ones in the theater, then like maybe, but like past that I'm out. And I know we wouldn't be the only ones in the theater because the people around here eat that shit up. God's Not Dead stayed in this theater for a long time.
Yeah. I will say like this was wide enough that I got to go to the theater where I didn't have to get on the path into New York. It was just like,
oh, okay.
It was the theater that's pretty close to me.
Nice.
Like walking distance. So
my only real,
as opposed to like when I really wanted to see like Shin Kamen Rider in a theater, but that was like 2 showings.
Oh yeah.
Period.
Yeah. Man. No, my
So that's what I'll say about this. This movie, it's no Shin Kamen Rider. I had more fun. I think I like Shin Kamen Rider more than this. It's certainly no Shin Ultraman.
It's no Shin Ultraman. That's for damn sure. Nothing's fucking. Few things are Shin Ultraman.
No, Shin Ultraman is kind of the peak to me.
I mean, you can tell for me because it had been like probably 20 fucking years since I watched a movie twice in that short of a time span. Not 20. That's not true. I saw Gravity a whole bunch. And that's not even because I don't even really give a shit about the plot, but that just like hit a chord with my specific like phobia, for lack of a better word. So I was like eating that vibe up.
Sure.
I don't give a shit about those people in space. It made me think about stuff in a way that I hadn't at anything else.
Sure.
But anyway, my complaint with my theater experience was I think our theater has like one, it's called the Mega Screen, and I think I missed the Godzilla showing on that by like a day. And now it's now it's Wonka. So
yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Shit's good.
Yeah, I can't wait till this is like out on home video properly, so I can just watch the Godzilla scenes over and over again.
Dude, that's literally what I was
really
thinking.
Commit them to my brain.
I was like, this would be fucking great to watch again on, say, for example, a 4K HDR television in the comfort of my apartment. Shame that one's not going to be fucking happen.
Yeah.
It might. It actually might. Anya's thinking that she might be on board with me having our television shipped to Armenia, because the equivalent TV there would actually be as much or more than having it shipped to Armenia.
Great.
Yeah. I mean, it is great. I'll get a fucking TV again. Get to watch stuff.
Having a TV sounds good.
We technically have
I
a
enjoy
TV.
it.
We don't use it.
I have 2. I still have my old TV. I never got rid of it.
Yeah. I do. I was curious about like.
Well, I also have 2 CRTs.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was kind of
Maybe
tempted
I'm
to
not
get a CRT, just cause.
Hell yeah.
Even that shit's a little expensive though, because people are like, "Ooh, old technology." I'm like, that's not how it works here. If you have like a very good CRT television, then sure. But this is like a USSR model.
Yeah. I mean, there are people who will charge you for a CRT.
Oh yeah.
You just shouldn't pay for it, because the way you should just find one someone's trying to get rid of, because they're fucking heavy, and big and stupid and old, and they're could explode.
Hell yeah.
You know?
God, do my parents still have a CRT in their room? I don't think so. They might. It might have been just one of those things like we don't use it anymore, but I'll be damned if we're gonna move it. Like, why bother?
Sure. Mm-hmm. Good for classic video gaming.
Or classic, like, old movies. For me, there's a vibe. There's a vibe to it.
Yeah.
It also has the built-in VHS player, so.
Oh, hell yeah. Get some fucking Dragon Ball VHS tapes with like 2 episodes each. Hell yeah.
Or, oh man, I wonder if we still have those like in the basement. We got some Pokemon VHS tapes.
Hell yeah.
So that was like my Pokemon anime experience, was watching the same like 9 episodes on a loop.
Yeah. Get fucking Pride of the X-Men on VHS.
Hell yeah. I haven't even fucking watched that. I've just watched the theme song like 100 times. And it pisses me off that I can't find the vocalists. I can just find people talking about how they suspect it's the singer from Disturbed before he got big. But no one's confirmed it. It's just all these assholes being like, it sounds like him. It has to be him. I'm like, someone get someone who worked on the fucking movie. Terrible.
TV pilot.
TV pilot, same thing.
They used the money they were supposed to use on an episode of the RoboCop cartoon to make it. And that show just had one fewer episode than it was supposed to have.
Hell yeah. Oh, that's incredible. Anyway.
The producer, I don't know the word. Racket. Yeah, racket.
Racket?
Of like using the thing you've just been paid for and taking some of that money and using it to pay for something else to then try and get different funding.
Hell yeah. I support it.
That's how you make things.
Yeah, man. Shit has to get done.
Gotta keep it rolling. We should roll on out of here. Salt Circle Podcast, gmail.com. Salt Circle Pod on Twitter. Anchor.fm/Salt Circle. YouTube.com/@Salt Circle. I guess this will be the first time people are hearing. I'm going to put this up immediately. So basically, this is the first time people hear that, yes, we're on YouTube now.
Hell yeah. I'm very excited about that still.
Or YouTube Music or whatever. Also.
Oh yeah. The dual whatever. Man, did I even subscribe to the YouTube channel? I think I did. I looked at it. Got to do that. I got to pump those numbers.
We've got like 8 subscribers, and I'm one of them.
Hell yeah. I might also be one of them already. I'll check after this.